Hello, today I'm going to be talking about teaching strategies that I would want to use in my classroom as a teacher. So, teaching strategies, which are also called instructional strategies, are the methods teachers use to provide course materials in a way that keeps students interested and keeps them practicing different skills. Teachers can use different teaching strategies depending on the topic of the unit, grade level, class size, and classroom resources. Many types of educational strategies have been adopted to achieve education and learning goals and support different types of students. For example, teachers can choose different strategies that are tailored to English language learners, students who have ADHD, or students with learning disabilities based on the student's needs and the course requirements. The 3 teaching strategies I would want to use and incorporate into the class would be 1, differentiation, 2, critical thinking strategies, and 3, the cooperative learning structure teaching strategy. Next, I'm going to tell you when I would use these teaching strategies and why I want to use these strategies. I would want to use the differentiation teaching strategy during the independent practice time of the class by providing students with visual and kinesthetic resources as well as articles on the education topic. Additionally, I would give students multiple options of how to express required learning. For example, I would give them the option of being able to write a letter, create a video, or create a play in order to express their understanding of the topic. For example, if I were teaching to an elementary school class and I was teaching them how to identify the beginning, middle, and end of a story, I would use a picture of an engine of a train for to signify the beginning because it's the beginning of the train. Then I would use the car part of the train as the middle because that's the second part of the train, and then I would use the caboose, which is the last part of the train, to signify the end of the story. I would incorporate differentiation into this lesson plan by providing students with multiple texts at diverse reading levels. Therefore, the student will be interested in the lesson and they'll be able to truly comprehend the text through reading and be able to identify the main education concept in the text of their choice. Also, students who do not need extra assistance will work independently with their writing, while for other students, I will utilize interactive writing sitting down with them. I would also use the critical thinking teaching strategy during the closing stage of the lesson, right after the students have acted out their stories using the sequencing cues. I would use a critical thinking strategy to wrap up the lesson and summarize everything that was taught. I would implement the critical thinking strategy by asking the class various critical thinking questions at the end of the lesson. The questions would be used as a way to have the students apply the concept they learned in other activities they do in everyday life. I would ask the students these critical thinking questions to broaden their understanding of the concept taught in class and demonstrate that they will need to use these education terms, the beginning, middle, and end, discussed in class for every area of their life other than just in our classroom. I would use these teaching strategies in combination with the critical thinking questions during the closing of the lesson. After I taught the students the critical thinking questions, I would put them in think, pair, share groups, and I would ask the class the critical thinking questions and have the students go into their think, pair, share groups with their seatmates that sit next to them to discuss their answers to the questions. I would also have the students use their critical thinking skills in a cause and effect situation, and I would ask them questions such as, what would happen if we did not use the beginning, the middle, and the end in everyday life? What would happen? And then I would ask them to predict the effect of the situation. I would have the students express their opinions about the importance of today's lesson and the terms we learned to use their evaluation critical thinking skills to express their opinion of the teaching terms learned in class and explain their reasoning. In this activity, students in Think, Pair, Share cooperative groups will discuss their answers as they predict, evaluate, and apply their knowledge of the concept to other subjects. One student from the group will then share their responses to the rest of the class. I hope that this was informative and that you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.